Can I have some Met scissors and the Bakey forceps, please?
You're kind of, I would dig at the shorter one. I don't know.
Those are both the Bakeys. Okay, can I have an Army Navy? All right. Give me a Babcock, please. Grab the tip of it. So same way you hand any other instrument, like this. Okay. Hand me the Wheatlander retractor, please. So one of your other jobs is if the surgeon's putting instruments up on your Mayo like that, one of your big jobs is to do what?
Clean?
Keep it clean and organized, right? Because if you got it all tossed around up there, you're gonna have, yeah.
You get like a wet towel.
Yeah.
And clean it off.
So, I've got my incision open. I need a Goulet retractor. What should you have done with your back table?
Put it close to me.
It should have been over here, right?
Yeah.
And how would you move that back table? Yeah, you can use your feet, but you can also guide it with the top of your hands. You can grab here. And you want to watch your back, right? Because you don't want to bump into the sterile drain because your back's not sterile, right? So I always put this down here at the end, out of the way, because I probably won't need this till the end. And it just stays right there. But now you have access. So now I need a Goulet retractor. All right. Give me a tonsil, please. I don't think you brought one up. Grab the tips. It's okay. Just think about it. Grab the tips. Yeah. Grab the tips. You're always going to give them the bottom part. You want to hand them the instrument like they're going to use it.
That's what I was thinking about.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead, it looks like we're all good here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a needle. Give me a suture, please. Give me that, is it 3-0 Vicryl, please? Polyabsorb, it's a Vicryl.
Where does it say micro?
It's Polyabsorb. It's the same thing, yeah. Just load that, I'm a right-handed surgeon, load that for me.
Should we load that prior? No.
No, because then it's got a sharp sticking out, right? And then somebody could stab themselves.
Oh, so only when you add.
Leave it sealed completely?
Well, you want to, normally those Vicryls come like where you can see them already, but when you're doing the account, you should have it to where you verify that the needle's on there, because I've opened packages of needles, but the needle's not there. So if you open it, so if you don't and you open it and the needle's gone, you need to tell your nurse immediately, oh my gosh, this package doesn't have a needle on it. But that's why you want to look. The only package you won't open are like the guts, like the chromic guts and the plain guts, because they're in a liquid. You want that liquid to stay in there.
But you open your knives and load them, right?
Yeah.
Don't let this string drop.
So I'm right-handed, so that's for left-handed.
So
You
do it to the opposite.
So all you gotta do is flip the needle going the other way.
This is a hard needle.
Okay, can I have some Adson forceps, please? What are you gonna have in your hands ready to go if I'm closing? What do you got? You just got your scissors. Good job.
Mayos or Mets? Mayo?
Mayos. What do you cut suture with?
Mayo. Are you asking straight or curved?
What would you use curved to cut suture?
No.
No. They don't grip very well, do they?
No, that's okay.
Nothing grips very well.
Oh, can we do pass the tie? Tie on?
Yeah, let me,
Oh, we don't have sutures for that.
we didn't give you a preference card day, so it's okay. You'll have a preference card.
The day of our surgery?
Crappy needle.
I think I'm gonna go back to my PhD.
PBSM?
Because my learning and the associates are doing the pre-regs for every school. Because it's pretty much what everybody knows.
So when the nurse and stuff?
But you can be OR surrounded.
Alright, cut just below my driver there. So just cut that string out for me. So if you wanted to practice doing tie on a passer, so say this was your suture, right? For a tie on a passer, you're just gonna put it in the tips. So it looks just like that. And then when you hand it to the surgeon, you're gonna hand it to them like, if they're right-handed, you're gonna hand it to them like that. And then you could just put the suture on the patient, and then they can use it. All right, so we've closed the patient. We're gonna clean them up real good with the lap. I didn't ask for a lap for the procedure. Very minimal blood. I'm good. So, we've wiped them up. Give me a wet lap to clean them up. And normally the surgeon at this point is leaving.
Would you have put like saline water in that thing?
Yeah, we went through it. You were talking.
Do we just, wait, no, so I just dip it. I wouldn't just dip it in there.
Yep, just dip it and then give it a nice little, wring it out. You don't want to give it to them like dripping. So,
You bring it out over that or?
yeah. Because then you're going to have water all over your floor and your nurse is going to yell at you. All right, so I'm going to clean this up real good. And then, so it's clean. Hand me another fresh lap, please.
Oh, sorry. You put that all on my instrument? Already.
No, just a fresh. That's good. Yeah, bring it out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. So I'm going to cover this wound. What are you going to do now? What do you do? We're done.
Get the dress.
But we don't.
So you're going to push your back table back, right? You're going to push your back table. You got to get that table out of the way. Okay. Pull your mayo back. What did we not do? What did you not initiate to tell your circulator?
Do we need dressings? Oh, count?
We needed to count, right? So do we know if we lost anything?
No, we don't know.
So go ahead before we put dressings on. I want you to count.
You told her to push it away before. I pushed it in the way.
Surgeon's not going to initiate the count.
I figured it's surgery right now.
So I'm counting everything I see, just in it.
So count. You're going to start on your laps, right?
Okay. Well, do I count the ones we use?
Yep.
So 1, 2.
They're still, so think about it this way. They're still a countable item even though they've been used. You
Yeah.
still have to count them. You still need to know where they're at. Because if it was used and left in the spot in the person, that's why we count. We want to make sure it's not left in
How
there.
many laps?
How many laps do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Ratex?
1,
What's it called when you leave
Two.
things in there?
Sentinel event.
3,
There you go.
4, 5, 6, 7,
It is dramatic.
9,
Dramatically, but like the
10.
name is like so dramatic.
Needles.
1 needle on the handle.
Blades.
I'm sorry, yeah, and then
Do
one.
you have your needle? Do you have your eyes on it?
No, I don't see it.
Alright, so you don't want to just say there's a needle. You need to visualize it, right? It's here. But open that little red board for me. Let me show you what this red board's for.
This should
That's
go
where you
on the
want it
mail.
after.
I put mine on the
Even
corner
the
of the
dirty
table.
ones?
Yeah, the dirty ones go in
Where
there.
it is.
That's where it
Are
goes.
those disposable?
Yeah, do you close them? You drop them in those bins.
Hey, that's so much easier.
Okay.
Trying to stick a little.
1 needle, and then blades, 1 blade,
Hypo.
1 hypo.
Your bogey.
Okay,
Bovie?
how many bogeys do you have?
Well, I see 1. Do we have 2?
Where's the other one?
Oh, 2.
Agar.
So we have 2 of those in there. Well, one's there, one's inside.
Okay, so 2.
Peanuts.
No
No,
peanuts,
no
no
peanuts.
drills, no reel, no scratch. Okay, so if we opened up a bigger incision more than 2 inches, we would go back and count the instruments. But because we didn't, I'm not gonna make you count all the instruments again. But what I'm gonna tell you is if you gotta count your instruments and your Mayo looks like this,
Excuse me, sorry.
it's gonna be hard,
Yeah.
right? Because you're gonna feel very disorganized.
So after the surgery, I should immediately put these back on the back table?
If you have time, you always want to try to put them back in their spot. But you got to remember, you don't want to mix what you haven't used and what you have used
Mhm.
with that stuff because SPD is going to get mad at you.
Okay.
So if you can keep this organized and say, okay, I got, 3 hemostats up here, or 4 hemostats because they're all on your towel, right?
Mhm.
And then you can go back. So count on your Mayo first. Anything on your field? Nothing on your field. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hemostats here. 5, 6, 7, 8 back here. Then you go. I've got 1, 2 Alice here. 3, 4, 5, 6 back here. And you just go back and forth. But if it's nice and organized, it's easy to do, right?
So we-
And then I'd have 1 Babcock up here.
I have a question about the items that we use. They go in a different.
So you're gonna put all those items to use in this bad boy. And they go all in this bin with a little bit of sterile water, so they can soak, so they're not blood drying on them.
And then you wipe them?
No, you send it. You take this, put your case cards in SPD,
okay.
let them wipe them.
During the surgery, like, how would you go about wiping them off really quick and then?
A wet lap. Just have a wet lap. to-
Okay.
Well, then I was gonna ask you, like, the ones that you use on the patient, do you put that, where you just put them up here, where would you put them? The what, like that?
The ones that you use, just put them back on the Mayo. But you just want to clean them off a little bit. Like if there's blood all over the tips, just wipe them off.
You wouldn't like put in a big bucket?
You don't want to. Why would you get rid of your instruments? You still need them,
Not
right?
your instruments, your labs.
Oh, your labs.
Your dirty
Yeah,
labs.
your labs just go in the kick bucket.
Okay. But then you still
But you still
count
need to
for
count
it.
them.
Still gotta count it.
So you don't risk.
But the nurse will come back here and
Can you just go through the trash and count it?
the nurse should have your labs be like this for you,
That's nice.
like
So-
hanging over so you can see it, so she can see, he or she can see.
Would you use more than 1 lap for different, do you go 1 wet lap for like whatever retractor and then toss it, or do you keep?
No, I keep it. I mean,
To wipe off?
until it's just
Just to wipe off?
to wipe off.
Okay.
If it gets extremely bloody, then toss it off. But you can
Right.
use a lap for a while if you're just wiping instruments with it. All right.
Okay.
So then we would pull the drapes down, right? Drapes come down. We'd get rid of the bogey. The bogey would be a sharp, right? We're gonna save it. So I'm gonna put it back here on the table.
Are patients usually, like, typically still asleep when they leave the room, or do they wake up and?
Normally anesthesia wakes them up. I mean, they probably be a little groggy. So when I pull this down, so I had that lap here, right? You put that lap back so you guys can visualize it. So I'm covering this wound because we don't have our dressings on right now still. I'm gonna pull this down just like that. Switch hands. And then normally this would go in the trash, right?
Yeah.
This would go in the trash. I'm gonna take these off.
It's just us and a nurse in there at this point.
And anesthesia.
Oh, the surgeon's walking out. Someone
The
else.
PA may be in there with you if they have like a first assist or a PA. I throw these in the basin so they can get washed. These are gonna go, these blue towels, once we've used them, they go in the trash. This kind. There's a different kind of blue towels that that you would put there, but. Alright, so then I put my dressings on. Some 4x4s and maybe a Tegaderm on top of it. For your case, we will have your 4x4s. Somebody will have to open those to you, or that we'll put them in the basin. But that's it. We're done.